January 13th, 2025, right at 10:29 or so a.m. And I was having a reflection, loves. Totally. And, yeah, I haven't got into this book yet. I guess in a way I'm promoting it. I love the imagery, though. Ouch. Batty. Batty's batting at me over here. She's cleaning, getting ready for her ear bath. That's what this is, her ear bath. Yeah, we're going to get all her cruddies out and all that and give her medicine. You know, got to take care of them. Yeah, to have responsibility for them. Yeah. And hey, that's a job, to take responsibility. Isn't it? Totally. Or an assignment. I really, I love the title of this book, Mastery Love. And yeah, I'm working on mastering myself because I'm the only one who can find balance and harmony in the X marks the spot, really. And we get through the illusionary. Shall we cut to the illusionary and cut through it and get to the Skippy, really? Yeah, because there's been a lot of illusions and, kind of like the Wizard of Oz and Dorothy and some kind of bad dreams. You can't figure out what's happening. Yeah. Well, I came to shine a light on Mary Magdalene and Judas Iscariot and Lucifer especially. You save the best for last in a cool kind of way. But anyway, Mary Magdalene in the Gospel of Mary Magdalene by Jean-Yves Leloup, who really did a deep dive, if you want to give it the time. I would, because it's a grand design of the mastery of love and the whole plan of the whole mission. And then the Gospel of Judas Iscariot, boy, what a job he had, poor dude. He had to do the worst things in order for the prophecy to be fulfilled. And people wanted to blame him. He was the scapegoat, the one who supposedly killed, well, he did kill himself right there, at the cemetery, where they purchased the potter's field for those who couldn't afford to be buried with the money that Judas gave back to them. Because Judas says it wasn't about the money, man. It was about the mission. Right? Yeah. And Jose's getting fresh in the shower, so ignore any noises. He's getting fresh. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so, and Batty's next, and then I'm last. That's okay. I got to take a bath because I got to get passed for surgery and get my new eyes back, totally. Yeah. And that's going to be for my birthday. Yeah. So anyway, new set of eyes, and I'm gaining clarity, and maybe that will help me master me. Yeah, totally. I don't know. I'm still a work in progress, but we're winning. Anyway, yeah, so Judas, he didn't want to give up Christ. In fact, he was the only one who could make sure that mission was complete. And he got his seat back on the council in Acts chapter 2, where there was no crime in Judas. He did what he had to do. And sometimes you got to do the worst parts to complete a mission. And everybody wanted to blame him, right? Yeah, ultimate scapegoat. Like Lucifer, Lucifer is not Satan. Lucifer is not no more than Mary Magdalene was a whore. Pope Gregory, the great jerk-off dickhead, deemed her the prostitute on Easter, Christ's wife. Oh, God. Yeah, another way to diss the woman, totally. But we came to redeem that, so that's okay. And, the 13th, so that would make Judas the 13th disciple, actually. Some say Mary was the 13th disciple, but Judas got his place back on the council, and that would make it 13, because they put Barnabas in seat of Judas. So Judas would make 13. So anyway. And we've come to the, okay with the 13th now. The church tried to make that a bad thing, too. It was on a 13th that they, dissed the Knights Templar and spread a bad rumor about them being fags and pedophiles. And, they eliminated the Knights Templar and took their banking system and just, created the Catholic institution even further. Yeah, and Peter, well, Peter's Basilica, he was the one that couldn't follow a order if his life depended on it. Could he, loves? No, he couldn't. Let's think about it here. You know, he said, don't even draw your sword from your sheath in the garden when you come, when they come to arrest me. And Judas has to give me away with a kiss. And that way they know who it is. But Peter, don't even draw your weapon because I want no battle here. I will surrender. And what did Peter do first thing? Yeah, he drew a sword and cut off the ear. Jesus, I could hear him right now saying, good God, Peter, can't you, you can't follow nothing, man. I asked you to pray for 1 hour in your sleep like all jerks. Couldn't even pray for an hour while I'm giving up my life for you jerks. Oh, you're worthless, Satan. He called Peter Satan right to his face. And then he couldn't even follow an order when it came not to cut off the ear of the centurion. And so he failed that too. But Judas didn't. No, Judas followed the order as much as it killed him. And it really did. But Jesus already told him where he was going. If you study the Gospel of Judas Iscariot, it'll give you the whole story. And if you really want to enlighten yourself, go to the 9 letters of Christ. It's about 9 hours long or so. You might want to read that over 3 times or so, because that really gives you instructions. If you want to know, it's 613. Yeah, and everything is illusionary. Absolutely. Like Michael Rubin Poo-Poo. Yeah, he caused an illusion on me, much like Pope Gregory the Great for the Easter homily. And he made her look really badly, didn't he? Christ's wife, that we come to know of, if you study the Gospel of Mary Magdalene by Jean-Yves Leloup, L-O-U-P, L-E, capital L-O-U-P. Unlike my ex, you see. Quite the opposite. Satan incarnate is he. And he made an illusion on me and made everybody think I was crazy. That I was psycho. It was me. Because the whole backstory is that he was setting me up all along. It's the weirdest thing. Led my children into Satan, who sits in Colfax, Taos County, New Mexico, with and he was all up with CYFD and the judges and everybody. He knew everybody, including the military. So how couldn't he make me look crazy? He's a recon expert, man. He made any little thing I did bad, that much badly. And he threw me out like garbage when I was sick as all get, on a ton of medicine with my whole left side broken. After 25 years of loyal marriage to that veteran. And I don't care if he hears me. I hope he does, actually, because this is the truth of it. He led my daughters into sin and has been jibbling their jiglets since they were probably babies. And my son Lucas, oh, who knows what he's witnessed. You don't want to know what's in his head. And Mike had all the tickets, didn't he? They gave him everything to make me look crazy and psycho. But I was suffering from 25 years of his abuse, and I was quite confused. Yeah, there were people showing up around town that were driving by with bicycles and taking pictures that looked just like me, and he accused me. Even so much so far to go, a lady was at a church group trying to kidnap my daughters out of her foster home. You know, Carlos Cordova? Yeah, and Mike even had him call the police, 911, big emergency. My ex-wife, Laurel Ann, is here. Look, she's here with the church group, going to kidnap my children. Be afraid, be very in fear. Laurel Ann's here. And everybody ran and was scared, thinking I was coming there, because that's what he was making me look out to be. You see? And spreading lies to all the flying monkeys through, where weren't the flying monkeys? CYFD, attorneys, April Jolly, CYFD specifically, all the attorneys on my case, all of them, spreading lies about me, my attorney, Terry Cam, all these weird things. And hey, he's a mastery of lies, a mastery of falsifying police documents, saying I was crazy when the police document never said that. Really? He's great at making an illusionary, in his realm especially. And his realm is Taos, Colfax County. And his granddad was T.P. Martinez, actually. Yeah, ring bells, T.P. Martinez, the richest man in Taos County. He was in the cavalry, and him and his family have kind of his story with the Native Americans and the Santa Fe schools for the Native Americans and how they treated them. That's a whole nother backstory. But you see, he's a master. And he is. And he masterfully created a whole thing about me. But here's the really cool part, because I'm getting to the Skippy. Even though Sherry Trevino has 2,436 pages of so he said I did, or they said I did, that's a lot. And then we have the Gnosis letter from my daughters saying I did atrocities sexually to them. But yet, they never arrested me or investigated me or found out anything, really. Right? Right. And I even I murdered my bird, which is time, jail time right there. Stalking, criminal stalking, they would have clinked to me right there if it was really true, Mona Maris. So now, 7 years later now, everything he said about me, which was arrestable, I mean, threatening him for his VA check, that's a federal offense right there. And he said that lie from the beginning. But did he ever arrest me or call the cops on me? Hey, it's a mystery, isn't it, really? No wonder people were so confused about me. All the lies told about me, even paying my children to put it in writing. They were bribed to say these things so he could get his way about me, and his way with them too, in every way imaginable. Use your own imagination. I can, because my girls were coming home from visits with him and asking Carlos Cordova to have sex with them. And Carlos Cordova was calling April Jolly at CYFD and reporting this, and I was too, but no one listened to us. But Michael Ledoux made it all about me. Totally. And Sherry Trevino testified in his hearing that it was all Laurel Ledoux's doing. And if it was really true, if it was all really true, boy, she'd have cases on cases on cases on me, and I would be clinked. Absolutely. But the only thing that they have on me, they have a warrant right now for me in magistrate court. For what? For telling the truth. For telling the truth. For being authentic. That's what they're wanting to arrest me for. Because I want to save my children, and I always have been. But they won't listen because the truth is too inconvenient for them. And I shine a light too bright for them. So bright, they're blinded by the light. But that's right, and I got nothing to hide at 12:55. And I'm putting this out, and that is what it is. It's all an illusion. They made Mary Magdalene look really badly too. But if you do your research, you might get a clue. I'm going to go to 1313 because I'm praying for you, every single one of you, especially in the dark. I love you.